Today I will be calling cable. My name is Wakar Meyer and I'm your Elliott Wave analyst, reviewing what has been and predicting what is likely to be in cable price action. All right, so uh, not a tremendous amount of action, not a lot going on. I thought I'd go ahead and start out with a daily chart. I've switched up the count a little bit. I'm still counting an E wave of the multi-year triangle that began in 2009. I've adjusted a little bit to show this 5 wave movement, which is a contracting diagonal, as the A wave. We then have a smaller degree A wave. You know, let me get rid of these technicals. It'll make it a little easier for you to see this. We have a smaller degree A wave in the short direction, a B throw over in the long direction, and I believe we have here 5 waves in the short direction to complete the B wave. The B wave is an expanded flat. If you want to know, you can see that relative to A, B is more than 161% of A. Um, per the book, the Elliott Wave principle, B waves tend to be about at their max 138% of A waves, although I know that Elliott Wave International uses 200% for their E-Waves software, so I kind of use that as a judgment as well as to whether to start calling something a lesser degree 1 or maybe a third wave or that's pretty much it. But that's not the case. It's under 200%. Also, the wrong tool. The C relative to A measurement is about 261%, which is a common Fibonacci ratio, you know, C relative to A. So now zooming in a bit, I don't think this is gonna, oh, you know what, one of the things I didn't mention but I wanted to share was, once again, you can see that if we connect the low here to the current low right there, the line slopes up, and if you connect the same points on the MACD, you can see the line slopes down, and on a large scale, daily scale, this is a divergence. Usually from a divergence like that, you're going to get a good bounce. So now going from the daily chart to a 1080-minute chart. Why 1080 minutes? It's a long story, don't worry about it, but basically that's 18 hours. And we're saying the same thing right here. I believe we had some sort of expanded flat second wave, or maybe not an expanded flat, but just a running flat. A zigzag second wave, and then we had a 5 waves down to finish the fifth of, or yeah, to finish 5. So that's a little bit zoomed in here. Now, keep in mind that the highest probability of what's going to happen is that if this is a C wave in progress, you're going to see this movement take out the terminus of A. Well, the terminus of A, of course, is right here. And you can see even just a 61% of C relative to A is close to taking out that terminus. 100% is very near that zone that I've been talking about for quite a while now, since I've been making these recordings. And if we look at the channel that's been created, this is how we would draw it. And you can see that, extend right, there is a possibility that the wave could be equal to, wave C could be equal to wave A, still take out the terminus, still maintain the channel, and get close to that zone. It may break the channel just a touch to get into that zone, or maybe not. Doesn't really have to. That's more of a guideline. Now if we zoom in a little bit more, we're going to go to a 27-minute chart. Why? Well, it doesn't really matter, does it? So I'm going to erase all of this labeling because it's old and I think it's irrelevant at this particular moment. So I'm going to get rid of the text. We're going to call this the terminus of the C wave right here. And to me, this looks like a first wave, a second wave, a third wave, a zigzag fourth wave, and a fifth wave. So 2 is expanded flat, 4 alternates in shape by not being an expanded flat, it's a zigzag. I can space these bars out a little bit and you can see a little bit more detail. It's not super clear, but anyway, it moves up again in a fifth wave. Okay, now since then you can see that price action has gone relatively flat, right? It was in an upward trend, it's gone flat. I think making a new high above this point right here at 1.5144 would, to me, confirm that this is just a first wave. So these 5 waves would be labeled 1, a larger degree 1. This would turn into some sort of wave 2, and then we would get a wave 3. So that's today's call. I hope you'll join me again for tomorrow's call.